Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlert.com, a 100% free service for smart investors and traders. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. Today we're going to be talking about revenue and really explaining what it is and show you some examples. Revenue is the gross amount of money a company brings in during a specific period of time, including the discounts and deductions for returned merchandise. This is typically reported for publicly traded companies quarterly and annually. Revenue is also referred to as the top line or gross income figure, from which all costs are subtracted to determine a net income or net loss. Revenue is referred to as the top line because it's the first line found on an income statement. Whenever investors and analysts mention top line growth, they are talking about a company growing their revenue or growing that gross income number. Revenue is calculated by multiplying the price at which goods or services are sold by the number of units or amounts sold for the time period. Something else that you need to note. Not all revenue is created equal. Before we get into this, let me show you in a quick example here. Okay, here we are looking at Apple Incorporated and looking at their income statement right here and looking at the annual data, not the quarterly. And you can see that the very first line here, right here, is total revenue. That's the top line, and that is right there. Right, that's all the money that came in to the business during that time period. The thing to note about revenue is that it's not all created equal. Different accounting methods account for revenue in different ways. Cash basis accounting records revenue when the money is actually received by the company. However, many companies use accrual basis accounting, which records revenue when the service is provided, not necessarily when the customer pays for the service that was provided. In fact, some companies will actually record revenue when a deal is signed, when a contract is signed, which can end poorly if disputes arise at a later date between the customer and the company. And wise investors should fully research how a prospective company makes its money. Analyze the business model. You want to know, how's this money made, how's it recorded, and how do they plan on growing that revenue? Because revenue is the lifeblood of any business, period. A business with no revenue will not be a business for very long. Let me drive this point home by showing you a scan that we'll do looking for a company with no revenue. Okay, this is a free scan stock screener on Yahoo Finance. You can find these anywhere. Your discount broker will likely have one available for you to use as well. And you can input all kinds of different data, but I want to leave it absolutely open. We don't care which industry we look at. We don't care what price we're looking at, market cap, etc., etc. We say any of it. So if we were to run this scan, we would get, all the different companies that are publicly traded, we'd be looking at those. But let's just give it one little detail that we want changed. Let's tell to show us what the sales revenue is zero. If the sales revenue is zero, that means the company's making no money's coming in the door. Let's see what we get back. Let's scroll down here and move this out of the way. All right, find stocks, and we scroll over here. What do we get? Right there. Sorry, no search results were found. Like I said, a company that has no revenue coming in will not be a company very long. This is the lifeblood of a business. It's very important that you analyze how a company is making its revenue, and that is the start of really getting into the fundamentals of a company. If you've not been to our free website at PerfectStockAlert.com, it's right there. It's 100% free. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. God bless, take care, and I will see you all in the next video. Please take a moment to review our disclaimer. The information provided herein is our opinion only. Under no circumstances do any statements here represent a recommendation to buy or sell securities or make any kind of an investment. You are responsible for your own due diligence. To summarize, we do not provide investment advice, nor do we make any claims or promises that any information here will lead to a profit, loss, or any other result. These videos are for educational purposes only.